Today, I'm going to show you 3 simple ways to take your spinning to the next level on Darth Rage Reviews Lightsaber Academy.
Evacuate? In our moment of triumph? I think you overestimate their chances.
A beginning, an ending, signature moves, strikes and blocks. These are all things that you need to take your spinning to the next level. Today I'm going to show you how to do it right here on Darth Rage Reviews Lightsaber Academy. So, you got 3 elements we're talking about. Beginning, ending, those are really 2 of the same things, and then strikes and blocks. These are just ways to vary up the tempo of your flow. Otherwise, you're just sitting there swinging a sword really fast, and anybody can do that, just to see how fast we can swing it. That doesn't look as good as throwing in some cool strikes, blocks, things like that. And you also need, obviously, a way to start and a way to end your flow. So, what I would suggest, the best thing for that starting and that ending move is think of the signature moves from the Jedi and the Sith in the movie. Do you want a Count Dooku? That's a very distinctive. So you can just kind of start with your lightsaber here, swing it up, around, down. Do you want the Obi-Wan? It's another one that's very recognizable, very cool. It's a cool way to start. You just start with the blade by your side, swing it up around, up with the peace sign. Very simple. The Kylo, or I guess that's Ben. The Ben Solo, kind of bring it out. I've done a variation of that, and that's kind of what I use to start mine, which is hiding the blade behind you, out and down, as long as you don't turn it off. So again, out and down. So think of your beginning as a signature move that just be from one of the movies, and pick that. Again, it can be anything that you want because you're kind of starting from nothing. So put a little flourish, put a little flair, make it look like it's a martial art, or borrow something from somebody in one of the movies because they've got some really cool moves. There's your start. So you've got to start. Then another way to vary up the flow is to add blocks or add strikes into your flow. So one thing that I do in a lot of mine, I'll start again with the blade behind the back, swing it down, then I'll come in, swing around, and pause right at the camera with a block. Flip it up, flip it around, I get another good pause there. So that's one way that I do it. I'm going to actually put a link right here in the video to SuperShea Tutorials. He has a sword katana video that he's working on that goes over strikes really, really well. And if you could incorporate any of the moves that he has there, those are all good strikes to add into it. So, it's another good way to kind of vary up the tempo, which is something you want to do. You've got the fast movements and the fast moments, but you want that soft, the artistry of it as well. So vary it up with strikes, with blocks. And again, check that link out from SuperShea Tutorials because it's really, really good. It's the first part of what's going to be a full form katana form that he's working on, but there's a lot of really good striking in it that you could incorporate into a lightsaber form. So then the last thing is the same as the first thing, and it's just how you want to end it. And I say the same, you don't want to do the same move to start and to end it, but it's going to be a similar thing. It is basically a signature move from one of the movies. Think of it that way. Now, the problem is getting into that. So how do you get into that? And that's also kind of the problem with strikes, too, is how do you get into strikes when you're going, full force like this? How do you pause to get a strike? Well, find those areas where it is easy to pause. And one of the areas that I found, and feel free to borrow this, is on an Obi-Wan. So when you're coming down and around like this, I found that it's easy just to take the foot that you're, my right foot, the foot that you're holding the blade in, step it back, and you can do a really good pause with one hand up or like that. And from here, you can go into any signature end move or any blocks and strikes that you want. So let's say you wanted to do a block or a strike. You're doing the Obi-Wan. You're throwing a little height. Up there. Block. Block. Strike. So you give yourself that area to pause. Again, when you're doing the Obi-Wan, you come out. I found that's an easy place just by moving this back foot back and shifting the weight back. It's an easy way to pause. So boom, end of your form. Just make sure you do a little Obi-Wan or a couple Obi-Wans beforehand. Step back into that. And then from here, do whatever you want. My new move that I've been working on that I kind of like is a variation of the Obi-Wan. So let's say we're in the Obi-Wan. Excuse the wind. It's a very windy day today. The camera probably is shaking all over the place as well. So, Obi-Wan. Come here. Come up to an Obi-Wan. Hello there. Flip it to end like that. That's it, guys. Start and end, and then away in the middle to kind of vary up the tempo of your flow. It'll take your flow to the next level and really kind of make it, jazz it up, make it a whole lot cooler, make it something that other people would like to watch. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's another brief lesson here. Let's see, this was, again, 7 minutes. 7 minutes, guys. 3 really cool tips to take your flow to the next level. As always, guys, I am Darth Rage. This is Darth Rage Reviews Lightsaber Academy, your source for the Force.
I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced.